In this video, at first we shall discuss what is a function, and then we shall discuss what are the different function types, and then we shall discuss how can we trace our program, debug our program to get the logical flow through a certain set of codes. So a function is a group of statements that together perform a task. Every C program has at least one function which is named as main, and all the most trivial programs can define additional functions. We can divide up our code into separate functions. So function is nothing but a group of statements that will work together to perform a task. So here in this program we are having two types of functions. We are having one is the main function. You see here the respective body we have defined, and this body has been enclosed within this curly braces. So within this curly braces the body of this function main has got enclosed. So each and every function should have a name, and then opening bracket, first opening bracket and first closing bracket will be there. Printf is also another function. You can find that it is having opening bracket and it is having the closing bracket. So first opening bracket, first closing bracket. So in this way scanf is another function we are having in this particular program segment. So these functions we are not writing their respective bodies. The bodies are there in the respective library files, and the respective library files will have an association with one of the header files where the indices of the library file functions will be kept. Here the respective header file is stdio.h. Always remember, all the header files are text files. You can open it in Notepad or any other editor. But the library files are the object files. They are written in 01 code. So each and every library file will have one index file which will be one of the header files which will contain the order in which the functions are residing onto a certain library. So here we are having two types of functions. One function that is a main, whose body we have defined. So that's why it is called user defined function or UDF. But there are some other functions are there whose bodies are already defined in the respective library files, and the respective header files are containing their prototypes or signature of that particular function, and those functions will be called as a library functions. Here printf and scanf are the library functions, and main is the user defined function. So function is a group of statements that together will perform a certain task. In my program I could have written other functions. In the next videos we'll be going for different function writing in a same program. You can observe that one, and that will be a great journey for us. Right now we shall execute this program once, and then we shall show you how to trace this program, how to debug this program. Let me discuss the program at first. Here we have defined three variables a, b and c of integer data type. Here there is one welcome message, welcome to the world of programming. Now it is asking user to enter the first number, and first number will be read from the keyboard as input through the function scanf, where %d will indicate that value which will be provided, how my system, my C program will interpret that one. My C program will interpret it as a decimal number, as an integer. Here this a is denoting the variable, and ampersand a is denoting the respective address against the variable in the computer's memory. Whenever a program executes, then it occupies computer's memory. For each and every variable defined in the program, with respect to each and every variable, some memory spaces are going to get occupied. How much memory space it will occupy, that will depend upon the data type. In our C programming, in most compiler versions, we have found that integer data occupies 4 bytes in the computer's memory. So against the variable a, 4 bytes of memory space will be occupied. Ampersand a means the address of the variable a. So whatever the value which will be taken or which will be obtained from the keyboard as input will be treated as decimal data and integer data, and will be kept in the memory location reserved for the variable a. Please enter the second number. In this case, the second number, whatever has been entered whatever will be entered will be decided or will be treated as an integer data and will be kept against the variable, the memory location reserved for the variable b. So now before going for the division operation, obviously I should check whether b is equal to 0 or not. If b is equal to 0, then I shall print that division by 0 is illegal, one message. You see, this is if then else block. Then is, in case of C programming, we don't write then, it is if else block. In this case, if the condition is true, then only this part will get executed and this part will remain unreachable and unexecuted. But if the condition is false, then this part will remain unreachable, unexecuted, and this part will be executed in that case. After executing all these statements, then the end of the program will get printed. So this is the purpose of the program, which will take two numbers from the keyboard as input and it will calculate the quotient of a by b, where a and b are two numbers taken from the keyboard as input, and the quotient will be kept in C and the quotient will get printed along with a and b and respectively. So this is the purpose of a program. Let me execute my program at first. If I execute, then this output screen is coming. It is asking me, please enter the first number after printing the message, welcome to the world of programming. So this line has got executed, this printf line has got executed, and this scanf line is expecting an input from the keyboard. So I am putting 22 here, pressing enter. Then please enter the second number. That line has come and scanf is asking me to put one value there. I am putting the value 2 here. So now what is happening? You see, b is equal to 0 is getting false here because b is equal to 2. So that's why it is coming to this particular else part, and c is equal to a by b. So it will keep the value 11 in c, and so the quotient of this by that is this. So it is getting printed like, so the quotient of 22 by 2 is 11. End of the program is getting executed. So in this way, one program executes. Now let me tell you how can I trace my program, how can I debug my program. In that case, at first you should have to go to the tools menu, then come to the compiler option. Look at the options very carefully. We have gone to the tools and then we are coming to the compiler options. Then you shall come to the settings. Compiler option is there. I'm coming to the settings and clicking on the linker, and now generate debugging information. I shall make this one as yes. So where did I click at first? I went to the tools, then I click on the compiler options, then I'm coming to the tab settings. Under the tab we are getting the sub tab, that is linker, and here generate debugging information. I'm just making this one yes. By default it will remain as no. So now I'm going for OK. So my program is now ready to get traced. So I'm just making this one rebuild all, so that all my program has got compiled and it is ready to get executed. Now clicking on the debug tag, this is a tab whatever we are having named as debug, and then I'm going for add watch. Add watch means I want to add one watch to observe the values in the respective variables. So I'm putting this a. So under this debug tab, this a is coming, add watch. Let me also put watch on b, and let me also put watch on c. So in this way, this ABC, they have been observed under the tab debug. Now I am ready to debug my program. So before going for debugging, I am putting one breakpoint here. So just clicking on this line numbers, you can put one breakpoint. This breakpoint coming is a toggle type. You can click to make it on, you can click to make it off. So this breakpoint has come. So let me ensure that my program has got compiled. So being with the debug tab, I'm clicking on this debug, either here or here, both will be the same. So I'm clicking on this debug. So when I'm clicking on the debug, then this blue color bar is coming, and this is known as the tracing bar. So let me bring the respective output window side by side so that I can have my code view and the output view simultaneously. So now here you see the values of A, B, C are garbage values. I don't know why this value of A has become 1 or B has become 0 or C is with 0. Actually the thing is that whatever the memory locations got reserved for the memory variables a, b, c, those memory locations current content has become the current content for these variables a, b, c. So that is the actual reason. Okay, now let me go for the next line. You see my tracing bar is on this line, that means this line is yet to get executed. So that's why there is nothing I have seen on the output line. So now I'm clicking on the next line. Welcome to the world of programming has come. So I'm ready with the line to get executed, that is please enter the first number. So clicking here. So please enter the first number has come. You see my cursor is blinking here, but if I click on the next line, this blinking of the cursor has gone off. That means my control has gone from this window to the output window. Here I'm putting the value 20, pressing enter. So control has come to the next line. The tracing bar indicates that this line is going to be executed but not executed yet, and also I'm not finding any reflection, that is please enter the second number coming on the screen. But if I click on the next line, that will come. Cursor is blinking, but if I click on next line, the cursor will not be blinking. That indicates that control has come to this line. So I'm putting b is equal to 0 here. So as a result, pressing enter, so as a result, if b is equal to 0, condition is getting true. So now I shall go for the next line. Here my control is coming to this true part, so the else part will remain unreachable and unexecuted. So please enter the second number, it is okay. So now the division by 0 is illegal, that will be coming after this statement, please enter the second number. So if you click on OK, division by 0 is illegal has come, end of the program is about to come, and I can click on continue to terminate my program. So that is a way to debug my program. So let me make another debugging of the same. Let me make another debugging of the same where I shall put b not equal to 0. So you see a, b, c, they are not restoring the old values. So here they have got initialized with some garbage values again. So now going for next line, I'm giving the value say 20, pressing enter. You can find that a has got the value 20 already, b and c still uninitialized. Going for next line, I'm giving the value say 5 here, So as I've given the value 5 to b, so b has got the value 5, c is still uninitialized, b is equal to 0, the condition will be false now. So I shall go for the next line. So this true part will remain unreachable and unexecuted. So c is equal to a by b. So when my tracing bar will come to the next line, then c will be having the value 4 automatically. You can find that c has got the value 4. In this way, each and every program which is not giving you the correct result, not working according to our logic or programming, you should trace this program so that you can get the idea that what is the flaw and where we have made some faults. So the question, so this line is getting executed is just after clicking this next line. So the quotient of 20 by 5 is 4. So this line got executed. End of the program will be executed next, and my cursor is blinking on this curly brace, and then I shall click on the next line, and the program will get terminated if I click on continue. So you see my output screen has disappeared. In this way I can do the tracing of my program. So here I'm just making my program a little bit easier for us. So I'm just going for this addition, and then I'm clicking on here, the output screen has come. So if I put here 11 and 22, I'm getting the respective sum. So I'm bringing this program in this version because in the next videos we'll be working on this program whatever we have left here, and all those videos under this particular chapter will be in continuation. Please watch all of them so that you can have a confidence to work with the function, and leave your comments in the comment block, suggestions, and whatever the doubts and difficulties and issues you are facing, please share with us. We shall give you the respective support and reply. Thanks for watching this video.